Majestic, desolate, scenic, families, history, culture, adventure, and of course the unknown. Baja engages the heart, mind, and soul of most who enter. A magical place with canyons, arroyos, beaches, and mountainsides, desolate and completely untouched. Vast desert landscapes, unforgiving and arid, filled with giant cardone cactus, standing guard for centuries of changing seasons. For those that venture off the beaten path to see what remote Baja has to offer, she often provides challenges while unlocking her magic in the most spectacular ways. Through the Desert Assassin's 20 years of exploration known as Rip to Cabo, where we ride off-road dirt bikes from the border to the tip of the peninsula, we get to discover what most have never seen. We rediscover faded historical routes, trails from the Spaniards' mission supply chain, and forgotten or seldom traveled two-tracks weaving through the cactus, the roads less beat in that make no sense for most to explore. These forgotten by time links are where we find ourselves uncovering Baja's hidden gems. For many, finding a group of like-minded people is also tough. Traveling alone can be treacherous and comes with its own challenges or possible dangers. For the Desert Assassins, we have been building a group of adventure seekers over the last 20 years. We have transcended the dirt bikes and have found the Raptor to be the perfect vehicle for families to unlock corners of the Baja Peninsula. Our home away from home, a land we have loved for 5 decades of racing, riding, surfing, and adventuring. My name is Cameron Steele, and as a kindergartner, I was a Baja racer's son. At 12, I became my dad's navigator, and by the time I was 15, I was holding the steering wheel, racing in Baja. I'm here on TV sharing the Baja Stoke with you because in 1999, ESPN took a chance and gave me a shot at being an X Games host. I've been with the network talking dirt ever since. Today we are roosting Baja in trucks and can't wait to blow your mind with our 14th annual adventure. This is the 2025 Yokohama Tire Trail of Missions presented by Keegan Commodities.
Trail Missions is an opportunity to share the chaos and beauty of Baja with people that may have never seen it before. And even if they have seen it, even if they're Baja know-it-alls, we can usually surprise them with something they haven't seen before. We're doing Trail Missions in 2011. It was a natural progression. We ride Rip to Cabo, dirt bikes down the entire peninsula. Hard, arduous, tough, unrelenting. But we wanted to somehow be able to share that vibe and stoke with the kids and the families, so we came up with Trail Missions, which is a gentler, kinder, softer, easier way with air conditioning and heated seats and windshield wipers. I just thought it was a great idea to bring the kids and families down to see such an amazing place that has such beautiful people. The people of Baja are so accommodating, so welcoming, and they love off-roading mostly as much as we do.
Let's kick this trip in the booty and get to having some fun. Well, maybe let's swim first. The Yokohama Trail of Missions takes its first look at the Sea of Cortez, coming over the hill into the Gran Sueño Resort, driving under the cover of the Grand Palapa that welcomes us and also covers the Infinity Pool.
Through the Palapa, over and in this pool that seemingly dumps into the Sea of Cortez.
I looked at Alice and I said, this place is awesome. And yeah, this is pretty sweet.
For me, the best part is, hey, where'd the kids go? It's like full scatter, right? They can, a couple different pools. They got the Sea of Cortez right in front of them in the bay. And the beach is just pristine. It's always tough to make a plan that's going to be exciting enough for everyone to leave someplace like Grand Sueño, but they all want to take the risk in going along the bluffs. So come on, let's go. We'll wheel, we'll off-road, put tires to the test. We'll go to Naked Lady Beach. I'm still wondering if there might be a naked lady there. We'll tell you that story later, but let's get all these kids in the car, make some dust. I think it's fun to throw them a little bit of a curveball right out of the gate. So when we left Grand Sueño, we told them it was going to be super rocky and tough. You're coming up the pass and it's like, whoa, it's sheer cliff, right? And you're gaining elevation. And so if you haven't been there before, you got to wonder where you're going.
The girls in the back thought it was pretty scary, pretty sketchy with all the rocks on the side. And looking down to the left, you got that big cliff.
Really big exposures and stuff, but the vistas and the views were absolutely stunning.
We lucked out as the normal dog poop rocky mess had seen a road grader over the last month, it seemed. Freshly tractored for our trek along the bluffs. Stoked! Danger still persists with giant boulders on the outside edge of the turns and straights, and the vanishing edge to the Sea Cortez 300 feet below. Still shocking, but the road was pretty nice. Thank you, Baja Sur.
Crawling or cruising through the mountains and then the arroyos, and then all of a sudden you come around this turn and it's like, whoa, Sea Cortez right in my face. And oh well, it's a couple hundred feet down there, but be careful. Don't look at the view, look at the road.
When we got down to the bottom, we drove right along the Sea Cortez with a heavy exposure, and there's a couple little washout rain ruts where the Raptor being kind of a wide stance was just, really tight as you were going by. You're trying to hug the cliff. You don't know if you're dropping a wheel off, but it was 300 feet down.
It's a pretty spectacular route, and I love to start it that way because, I think it gives people not only that off-road feeling, but it takes them out of their comfort zone a little bit to be on that edge, and it gels the group, gels the people in the truck, and then you have that short off-road, and all of a sudden you're at Naked Lady Beach.
You better brace yourself. The hype of a secluded, seemingly private beach certainly met the kids' expectations for fun, which is a perfect way to start the trip.
It doesn't get more epic than this. Nobody around for miles, most beautiful beach, warm 80-degree water, dory fishes, puffer fishes.
It's beautiful.
What's it called?
I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Naked Lady Beach, but I haven't seen one yet.
This is how the DA recreates. For our job, we race off-road trucks for Monster Energy in Yokohama, and recently we've been super blessed to win a couple races. So show you some real action, busting some berms, hitting some bumps, jump in the truck.
Against the greatest, what they say my name for.
The Desert Assassins have been racing in Baja for over 40 years, and recently we banked wins at the San Felipe 250 and the Baja 500 on our Yokohama Geolander MTRs.
This has been an amazing year for Cameron with trophy truck racing. He came out the first race of the year, won the San Felipe 250. And then the second race of the year and won the Baja 500. There's 4 Baja Score races, and so right now he's 2 for 2. And it's been super exciting to watch the success of the team, and I think it finally sank in for him. I don't even think he realized he won for a little while, but I think it finally sank in, and I think he's really excited about it.
We kind of make it so there's little bites, right? You're in the beauty, Then you get an hour of like, oh crap, you know, edge of your seat or challenge or off-roading. Then you're back in the water, laughing, smiling, 80 degrees. Kids are jumping off rocks, kids are snorkeling. There's all the sea life. It's just beautiful, no one's around. Then you're like, okay, this hour's up, get back in the car. And then you're on some fun roads down to lunch, and all of a sudden you're at this beautiful lunch location. And you know, for the last 2 hours, everybody felt like they were super remote in the middle of nowhere, and then all of a sudden, boom, you're in a town with restaurants and you're eating tacos on the beach. It's pretty tough, but someone has to plan it.
Let's meet our Red Raptor family. This one happens to be driven by a World Series champion.
Hi, I'm Ian Kennedy. I'm from San Juan Capistrano, but I have my wife and 3 of my oldest kids, Nora, Renee, and Lydia. We left 4 kids back at home. We have 7 total. Yankees, Diamondbacks, Padres, Royals, Rangers, Phillies, back to Diamondbacks, back to Rangers. We won the World Series in 23. I wanted to go out on top. Playing was awesome. Wouldn't trade it for the world, and here I am. I love off-road, and I wanted to do things like this since I've been a kid. Playing baseball was all I've done. I wasn't allowed to do a lot of this stuff. I raced 1,000 for the first time, and it's been a bucket list thing, and I want to keep doing it. What I experienced my time pre-running in Baja, or my memories of Baja, going up and like off-roading next to either the Gulf or the Pacific side, and you look back and you're like, this is incredible. Like nowhere in the world you're able to do this stuff. I want to share that with her and my kids. Awesome places that Baja has to offer. Hopefully they get to understand why I'm a little crazy about it and why we want to do it.
We'll be right back with more trail missions.
The Yokohama Trail of Missions, presented by Keegan Commodities, is brought to you by Raceline Wheels, Sparco Motorsports, Baja HQ, shop off-road online or in person, and Trinity Financial Services. Banger sunrise, epic infinity pool, giant palapa. It might be tough to get the Yokohama Trail of Missions to make a move.
The hardest thing about this trip, I think, with the families is getting up and moving around. You've got to repack your bag. The logistics of the simple stuff sometimes escape you, and so you want to sleep in, just got to roll with the punches and go for it, but pack your crap up, get your act together. Let's get on the road because we got some wheeling to do.
Gotta have the rinse kit for the beach, right? A little fresh water, this super salty water after we're done with a little snorkel session, after a little off-road session.
Let's meet the Keegans.
My name is Matt Keegan. I'm an entrepreneur, race car driver, pilot, adventure seeker. I've been a car racer for a long time. I've raced open wheel cars and prototypes. GT4 racing is really what I enjoyed the most. Super fortunate that I've been able to travel all over the world, not only for my business, but also for racing. And so those adventures and those experiences have been pretty cool. Now we found off-road. And so now I'm like really focused on just learning how to exist down here because I'd like to start doing some off-road racing. So that road racing background is somewhat relevant in a lot of ways and so much not in a lot of ways, you know? We might sit down and we go to a track and you memorize maybe 20 corners, and it's down here, you talk to Cameron and, in the 1,000, it's thousands and thousands of corners. You don't memorize them. So you become a bit of a geologist in a lot of ways, and you learn how to read the terrain, and that's how you survive. And so that's something completely different. So for me, this is kind of the new fun adventure. For me, trail missions is just time for me with my son. And he loves to come down here. I feel super lucky that I get to do these adventures with him.
Hi, I'm Keegan. I'm from Santa Rosa, California. Racing's a really cool sport. You have to see so much cool stuff out in the desert here.
For Cole, he tells me he wants to race cars, fly airplanes, or motorcycles, or trucks, or whatever flavor we're on that day.
Racing dirt bikes, I've been thinking about that. But also, like, I really want to be like a race car driver or be like Cameron and race the trophy truck.
He's been doing karting, spent a lot of time on 2 wheels these days. In fact, I think a lot of times the 2 wheels turn into 1 wheel on the wheelies. You know, getting down here, giving him the ability to get out in the dirt and drive and learn some car control and grow his confidence, you know? And so for me, spending time seeing that, help mentor that, it's pretty cool.
Sharing with families on trail missions is epic, and the DA sharing some local history is a key part of this trip. Today's trail brings us to the historical San Luis Gonzaga mission.
So the mission at Gonzaga was very hard, is a word I'd use. You could tell that maybe in that area of Baja, it was maybe a harder life. It just speaks to the people of Baja that settled in that area and decided to make it their home. I mean, it's just more desolate, kind of in the middle of the peninsula, if you will, and it makes me think about the resilience of the people of Baja.
Well, we're from San Juan Capistrano, which is the home of one of the missions. That's part of our just life living in San Juan. And so to come down here and see all the other missions, and these are earlier missions, it's amazing. They're beautiful buildings, it's amazing, a lot of them are still standing.
I like some of the stories behind it. They said there's some holes in the walls, and they said that this is where gold was hidden. I know a lot of us like the background of where the mission started.
This was established 1721 and actually officially a mission in 1737. It's pretty cool. It's actually the 14th mission that was ever established. I like that because when I raced trophy trucks, 14 was my race number.
She plays it down quite a bit, but my better half is a 5-time off-road champion and was voted the only woman to ever win the Dirt Sports Driver of the Year award.
It's, funny because I raced for so many years, well over a decade, and had so much fun racing. Like, I do want to drive at some point. I think I will get back in a race car. It'll probably be a mid-sized truck. I'm not sure that I want to go back to trophy trucks. Having the girls at 13 years old and 5, and at the speeds with the technology of the trucks, I just don't think I could push myself to that boundary anymore at this stage. But it would be awesome to get in like a mid-sized truck and rip around for a race or 2.
Maybe we'll get HB in a driving suit later this year. But before we go much further, we need some go-go juice from the VP Fuels Baja Sewer Station.
Hey, we're at our favorite place, the VP Racing Fuel Stations. When you're on the peninsula, you need fuel, and these guys do it right. Fill it up, baby.
All right, we're here at our favorite spot in Insurrente, VP. They got all your great fuel. They got all your great cold drinks, water. They got everything here.
Planning out fuel stops and meals is key to keeping everyone happy. And honestly, getting them really dirty, like silty dirty, makes them laugh and smile for sure.
I would say one of the only times that I was a little is probably on the straightaways. I don't think I've ever driven a truck that fast in terrains like that. Was totally mind-boggled on you're not getting beat up. As a good friend of mine said, I can certainly see how you could run out of talent in one of these trucks.
I think some people don't realize how much Baja can vary, and we start out where it's basically on the Sierra Cortez side, so it's hot, 100 degrees or so, and then we cross the peninsula just a couple hours to the other side, where we jump out at San Juanico or Scorpion Bay, and it was like 70 degrees.
Yeah, so we pulled out on the beach yesterday. Of course, everybody gets super stoked about going on the beach because we just want to go fast. We hear on the radio somebody's got a problem, so everybody kind of starts making their way back. And
the front axle is not engaging in any of the modes. I got to get some momentum going and should be able to shoot out of here.
Don't tell anyone, but I was driving.
2 years ago, probably a similar beach, maybe a little further north. I did the exact, well, not the exact same thing, but I snapped my A-arm right here on the beach. They had a helicopter and A-arm in for me. Thank goodness we had a helicopter. We were only down for a half hour. Otherwise, it would have been hours. So thank goodness for the helicopter.
Johnny was trying to pull cord out, and we moved his truck out of the way and hooked mine up, and we got him out pretty good. And there's no like, oh, bummer for you, man, you're stuck, like, here's a shovel. It's like, usually the person that's stuck or the person that's broken down really doesn't have to do anything because everybody else is like, oh, let me help you. And that's the camaraderie. And that's, to me, that's what's cool.
When the Yokohama Trail of Missions, brought to you by Keegan Commodities, returns, we have more unseen Baja just for you. Trail of Missions is Baja savvy, you might say.
Johnny Campbell, 11-time, noted for winning 11 Baja 1000s on motorcycle. Those aren't without a team, I don't claim those all by myself. It's a victory of a team, it's pit crews, it's riders, it's a whole effort. And I've just been blessed to be able to experience Baja and make Baja a lifestyle. Yeah, part of my off-road racing team, the JCR Honda team, is continuing the legacy. And my son Preston, who has been, riding and training at a professional level for about 5 years now, starting to win races and win things like Las Vegas Torino, the Mint 400. He competes in the National Hare and Hound Series, and now he's getting into rallies. This year he was able to compete in his first international rally, the Sonora Rally. So he went down to Sonora, him and his buddy Hide and Kendall, and he handily won that on one of the new production rally machines. And now he's setting his sights on a bigger race, which is the Dakar Rally. On top of that, helping facilitate for HRC Rally, taking care of Ricky Braybeck, helping them with bikes and parts and mechanical knowledge and anything they need to keep going so that JCR can keep helping Honda to advance and win championships like the Dakar Rally.
Man, Johnny Campbell, the man, the myth, the legend. It's wonderful being around Johnny and his wife, Faye.
I couldn't imagine the things that man has seen through the goggles at high speeds on a motorcycle.
They're pointing out trails and which direction they went and telling just amazing stories about how they were able to survive and win.
He's so warm on the radio and kind of talks you through what you need to do and how you should traverse over the rocks and in and out.
It's pretty cool to be able to follow a legend like Johnny through Baja and all of his knowledge, the stories he shares. It's just, that's part of the fun.
One of the spots we have raced through many times is a small Pacific fishing village that we now like to hang out in to maybe catch a few waves. Scorpion Bay is desolate for many miles all around, but we love to make this trek. Let's meet our Rip to Cabo brother turned Trail of Missions dad, well-known hotel builder Jared Tomseth.
I'm Jared Tomseth from Temecula, California. I brought down my two oldest kids, so Keegan and Gianna, 17 and 14. Well, I do a lot of dirt bike riding with these guys, with the Desert Assassins. I always saw that they do this trip and would like to do it, so I just asked to go and got signed up. It's something that I've been wanting to do, and a few years back bought a Raptor pretty much just to be able to do this. Yeah, the Nangros was really fun. That's actually On the bike trips, that's everyone's favorite spot. It's a little bit damp, you get some traction and no dust. It was a little bit different on the truck because I'm used to going through it on a dirt bike where you can really rip around the corners and turn that 2-track into a single berm. Our dirt bike rides, and especially Rip to Cabo, is a little bit more hardcore. It's you've got a helmet and boots on, all day long from morning till night. A lot of hard riding. We see some epic places, even places we can't get in the trucks, but we don't have as much time to stop and hang out and enjoy those places as we go by. And even if we do have to stop somewhere, we're not there to share it with our family. So it's with a bunch of buddies on bikes, and it's fun. But you're thinking a lot of the time, man, I wish my family were here. I wish I could bring them. I'd like to bring them back another time and show them this spot. And so having the chance to do that in the trucks is great, and introduce the kids to a bunch of these areas, the missions, the great beaches, some of the landscapes. It's been neat. Yeah, so I think as you come into the mangroves, if you don't know that's what you're coming up to, you don't know what to expect. Kind of come through a little ghost town that had been blown out years ago by a hurricane, so just a bunch of crumbling buildings, and then you start going through the somewhat tight trails that the trucks are barely making it through. You're kind of puckering as you go by because your son's scratching the side of your truck on one side or the other because it's that narrow, and you really can't see what's coming up, and all of a sudden it clears, and then the mangroves are there, and you see the ocean. You don't know that it's coming, and then there's just a great trail, just rips right, follows the water all the way around. It's awesome.
The moisture from the tides can make for awesome traction, but can also flood the area and vanish all tracks and routes. When you get conditions that are just right, it's a fun turn and berm section. Caution, you must expect local traffic at any time. Heads up.
With the sand, vegetation on both sides of the trail, you had no option but to get on the throttle.
Kind of moist, sandy dirt, and you can just lay it in the corners, and you're scratching up your truck and getting racing stripes, but it's well worth it.
Sometimes our remote locations and timing don't lend themselves to a restaurant, so we bring the food to us and share epic tacos with some local carne asada experts.
I don't know how he pulls it off, but they do a great job. Every time we go somewhere, there's someone already waiting for us. There's cold beverages, there's great food, friendly faces. We are just stoked.
We're a little spoiled on our logistics effort because we've been doing it so long, right? In some ways, it takes out that flavor of Baja, the unpredictability, but even when you know it all, Baja still surprises you. Cody, who runs our logistics on the back end, he does the GPS plots. People can pull it up and see where they're going, even though I always say you don't really need navigation when you're with us because we have 11-time Baja 1000 champion, Johnny Campbell, and Rip to Cabo leader, Andy Bonin, up towards the front of the group, and they make the decisions. I just ride in the back. I never even downloaded the GPS or the plot, but some people might say I'm a moving GPS. You try to plan out the day, right? You get up for a leisurely breakfast, so to speak, and then you end it with a fun, festive dinner is the idea. And somewhere in between there was off-roading, there was history, there was fun, there was camaraderie, and you try to tick every box every day. Baja throws you the curveballs, you gotta react, and it's just fun to build those logistics around what you think's gonna work, and then see if it'll work.
One of the things you'll realize when you start traveling around Baja is you pick up nails and screws and all kinds of crazy stuff, cactus, whatever. So we all carry plug kits, but it's not always a sure, easy thing. Sometimes it takes a little extra work to get the nail or whatever out of there. Then you got to try to figure out which way it is, then get the plug in. We're just a bunch of dirt bikers, so we're just guessing. Trailside repair is all part of Baja.
The chaos of a tire issue, getting stuck, or anything we can rally around makes the group bonding even stronger. Our fun overcoming of obstacles is only surpassed by our love of sharing the majesty of Baja, and no place is more regal than our next destination. If there's one place we love to share over all others, it's the jewel of the Mission Trail. Tucked up in the Sierra de la Giganta mountain range is the breathtaking Mission San Javier. This site was founded in 1699.
The San Javier mission is one of my top 2 favorite missions.
It's the jewel, it's the best of the best. And a lot of time, effort, and energy you can see was put into that. And where it's at, the location, the water source that obviously is there with all the beautiful palm trees.
Recognize how difficult it might have been to build that structure 300 years ago without all the equipment and technology.
I think what really, the thing I love, I'm a tree guy, love trees. And so they have a beautiful olive tree back there. They believe it's 300 plus years old, so it's incredible to see.
The Spaniards definitely brought a number of things. First glass pane windows used in North America are on Mission San Javier. The olive tree, the farming, the wine, the grapes. They didn't have the horses or the cows. None of that was indigenous to here, so the Spaniards brought all that.
Pretty neat down there. There's some locals selling some local mangoes off their tree, and olive oil and stuff. So really one of the neatest missions here. Super intact, beautiful place.
The Yokohama Trail of Missions, presented by Keegan Commodities, is brought to you by Raceline Wheels, Baja Designs, the scientists of lighting, Trinity Financial Services, and Baja HQ, sharing the stoke of off-road aftermarket. Welcome back to Baja and the Desert Assassins 2025 Yokohama Trail Missions, presented by Keegan Commodities.
Hey everybody, Johnny Campbell here. We're here in Loretto. I love waking up and looking out over the Sea of Cortez and see the sunrise. We're gonna head to Mulegé today. We'll drive about, 45 minutes of pavement. Then we're gonna do this off-road loop that goes east to the Sea of Cortez. It's on the lower part of the Bay of Conception.
Jumping your truck comes with smiles, but beware, it's not for everyone and some trucks just don't jump that well. We always have fun, but we have to say this, don't try this at home.
Saw a lot of different terrain. At times it was rocky, there's times we were on the beach, there's times we were hitting jumps and there was twisty, windy turns, and so it's fun. Occasionally you're kind of grabbing onto the sidebar or something just because it feels a little fast or, your stomach's dropping, but we had a great time.
There's lots of desolate Baja out there, so there's no reason to carry any speed around people, animals, or towns, including fish camps like this one we are passing through. Respect is earned by giving respect. Being the best guest we can be is always the goal. In many cases, the fish camps are heavily populated for short periods of time while the fish are in season and the workers are using the government-maintained routes to bring the catch to market. No road in Baja goes to nowhere. Drive accordingly.
You need to take a little momentum through there.
No, that doesn't look
Matt, you might want to back up. She only has two-wheel drive.
Lulu was operating on two-wheel drive the entire trip and was still on point. In her second year, she's become a favorite of everyone that meets her. Lulu is rad.
I'm Lulu Korwitz. I'm from Sacramento, and I came here with my dad. We were getting into the truck and I was like getting into the passenger seat and he was like, "What are you doing? You're driving." And I was like, "Are you serious?" Kind of worked out better because I didn't have time to like get nervous about it. I just had to do it and it was awesome.
I'm the one driving because he's really slow and not a good driver.
Get on it!
A really good passenger, surprisingly, and he just makes a lot of like sound effects. It's super dramatic and throws his arms everywhere and hits his head on the ceiling.
You see that coming?
Maybe. Dad, I think we lost some in the mirror.
She's not only the sweetest thing you've ever met, but she kills it in the truck. I mean, she was just rock solid. We're cool to see another female do so well in off-road, and it's fun that she gets to experience it with her dad.
The Desert Assassins explore on dirt bikes and in race cars, then transfer those hard-to-get-to places to the truck trips when appropriate, which is not always the case. Baja HQ builds them to trail run all over the Baja Peninsula. Sharing the stoke includes the fun of a challenging trail.
And the ability to get down in that terrain with someone that's already ran it was an epic, epic trip to explore and run these areas that a lot of people would probably never even know are down there. Definitely technical to get in and out of there. I would say that the setup that Baja HQ did on our Raptor gave my wife and I the reassurance that whatever was in front of us, we were able to get through it.
It's a privilege to be able to share the trail with these trucks that we've helped to create, you know? I like to keep it simple. Some guys like to have it more complex.
It's kind of funny. I remember just shooting them between the eyes. I'm like, why should I have you guys build my truck? I said, because we actually go use it. And they're 100% right. And that's been the best thing.
Coming up with a truck platform that makes it comfortable for what you want to do and how you want to achieve it. You know, some guys like Matt Green want to jump their truck. For me, I like to just cruise my truck with my family in it. I love like a really rocky, silty, tough section. Some guys like the fast bumps, so they'll set their truck up for that. I think we have 15 trucks on this trip. 13 of them came from Baja HQ, so that's pretty cool.
Baja is just, it's beautiful. But I think part of what makes it so neat is that contrast. It's neat driving the coastline. It's like on one side, you're just, you know, for people who haven't been here, it looks like you're driving through Nevada in the US, and then all of a sudden you look on the right side and we're along a coast with white sand beaches all the way along. It looks like the Caribbean.
Some of the payoff for all the years traveling Baja is knowing where to go and enjoy a secluded 2-hour lunch and swim time.
When your logistics work exactly to plan and it's 104 degrees and you're backing your truck up to the crystal blue water on the Conception Bay, I know you're jealous. I know you wish you were here. The Yokohama Trail of Missions has arrived at lunch.
At one point, I thought if this is the entry to heaven, when we went down on that beach, I'm ready to go. Unbelievable, just the sand and the different colors in the water. And the warmth of the water was amazing. Until you see it in person, it's difficult to explain the beauty of Baja.
The aspect or thought of having the kids on the trip is pretty cool.
A lot of times, it's just a bunch of guys doing something like this, but we have families.
You open the doors of the trucks and they just all flock out and are hanging together. It's like a big kid rat pack. You know, they're walking through town, going to get ice cream, they're running down the beach, throwing rocks, doing whatever.
even imagine like doing this growing up. Like my biggest vacation, I grew up in San Clemente, and my biggest vacation was going down to San Diego Zoo.
Kids just build so much energy, right? The smiling, the laughing, the yelling, the carrying on.
Showing our kids a totally different experience that I got growing up. I don't know if they appreciate it now, but I'm sure one day they'll appreciate it. But they're having a great time.
It's been great for them. They love Baja, but the more I bring them, the more they love it, right? Keegan drove the whole trip. Gianna just sat in the back and loved every beach we went to. She made a bunch of friends. It's been great. A whole bunch of kids their age. And she's running all over the place, hanging out with all the kids. And it's awesome to see them come together.
In the beginning of the trip, the kids oftentimes don't know each other. But by the end of the trip, the kids are like best friends, and they're friends for life. It just like fills my bucket to watch them play and have fun and grow in their friendships.
Next, not far from the beach and nestled on the river in Mulegé, is the mission site founded in 1705. The stone mission structure intact today was completed in 1768. The mission stood witness to the Mexican-American War in 1847 and wasn't damaged.
Mulegé Mission was absolutely amazing.
Just set me back in my seat that they brought all of this material and what they made on site and used of just natural resources to build these beautiful missions. You can definitely see God's creation in this area.
And then you walk up to the edge of these rocks just behind the mission. You're looking down, I don't know, 100 feet or more down into the river. Thousands of palm trees and shaded area.
Maybe the most stunning mission location on the peninsula. The river, mountains, and desert merging at the sea is a sight not soon forgotten for the Trail of Missions crew. Today's Baja beauty will make you think you are in the Caribbean or Mediterranean. But this is Baja, and this is our final day of the 2025 Yokohama Tire Trail of Missions presented by Keegan Commodities. It's always a downer to say our 8 days of off-roading on our 14th year of sharing in trucks is coming to an end, but we have seen some epic locations like Missions San Luis Gonzaga, San Javier, and Mulegé. We have shared tons of laughs with the families and kids, and we'll wrap it up with big smiles at the birthplace of the Mission Trail in Loreto. The one change on this morning, we trade the Raptors for small fishing boats known as pongas.
That's a nice way to start to put a bow on it. Nice way for us to all hang out. It's the camaraderie on the trip has been really cool. That's what this trip's always all about. It's like new adventures, new friends that just roll up on this random beach in Mexico. It's pretty rad.
It's been a lot of fun. You got a little history, and you got a little special family time that we had so much fun. And I say, like, we'll cherish these memories for a long time.
Trail of Missions in one word.
Adventure.
Amazing.
Fun.
Four-wheeling.
Share the stoke.
Bucket list. Oh, that's 2 words.
Hot blondes? Is that 2 words?
Beautiful.
Beach.
Epic.
Camaraderie.
Crazy. Gnarly.
Going brap, brap, brap around the curves.
It's about the adventure.
The Davis family's gonna start
the goodbye
processional
train.
home. My gosh, it was awesome to share with you guys.
So fun. Thank you for having us.
Hopefully you guys had a great time.
I wasn't sure what to expect, and I thought, oh, maybe I'll be kind of glad to go home, like just a lot of truck time, and actually I missed the truck time. I'm gonna miss the family time. I'm absolutely gonna miss all these days and friends we met in Baja. These are true memories for us.
I knew that 7 days and 6 nights was gonna go really fast. I think last night was just bittersweet. We had our awards ceremony, and the girls and I were like, I don't want this trip to be over yet. Like, we could really use a couple more days.
It starts, it can't go forever, but we try.
One thing that Cameron does is really, really good is he has an ability to gather people together. And doing so in a fashion that builds camaraderie.
It's like just innate within him. This is the kind of thing that just like stokes his fire.
Cameron's love for Baja is infectious. I mean, it's not just the land, but it's the people.
And making sure that we are leaving it better than we found it to the orphanage that we support in Rancho Santa Marta. So there's so many amazing things that Cameron has started with his career down here, and you can just see that he truly loves off-road racing, but he truly loves the people and the places of Baja. And to listen to him while we're in the trucks out on the dirt talking about historical places and things and events that have happened is pretty incredible.
He's like a history professor down here, and he's got so many stories to tell from his personal experiences racing in Baja, but also just family experiences and historical stuff about the missions. And
I love picking his brain about either the history of racing, the history of the missions, why he even got into it.
And he's like a walking history book.
You know, he soaks up the knowledge. He's a student of this place. By being a student, he's become the professor.
So, Cameron, thank you. Thank you for allowing us and sharing this love you have for Baja. Sharing the stoked. Didn't really understand that on the back of our license plates. I get it now.
For more on the Desert Assassins, find us on social media. Support the trip, support the kids, have some fun with us.